Hey everybody! It's almost time to say Happy New Year, but not yet. So I hope you all had a great Christmas. We did. We had a good Christmas. We were able to spend it with my mom, which was really nice. I know a lot of people had a hard time getting together with family and friends because of everything that's going on. So I'm sorry for all those people that didn't get to spend that with your loved ones. 2022, right? This is the year. Anyway, I'm just popping up in your inbox today to quickly tell you about I was going to say small change, but it's not really small, and some of you might know already. But because of the pandemic and because of just a lot of things, really, we had to make a little change. And instead of our first stop on our retirement adventure, we are going to be going to Portugal. So actually, I think this will work out well. As much as my soul and my heart and my stomach and just the whole vibe of Bali is so me, I think Portugal is a better fit for us to first start out. It's not as far, and it's a little bit more. It's an easier step for me, right? I don't have to worry about spiders and snakes and a 30-hour plane ride and being so far from my family at first. But I'm a little sad about the Bali thing, but we'll get there. We will get there. But right now the world's just telling us we need to make a pivot. Well, holy cradola. It was much easier to get to Bali than it was to Portugal. So our departure date is still the same, but now we're going through, such a long story, and I don't want to bore you guys, but we were going to do what they call a 9180 deal it's called the Shenzhen area, which is in Europeans. And that, if you do that, basically you don't have to get a visa. But it was hard. We were forcing like that, what you call that round peg and that square hole to make this work. And then finally Mike and I were like, okay, screw it. We're going to take a leap of faith and we're going to do something that is kind of wild and crazy. And some of you guys might think we're nuts. Well, you already probably think we're nuts, but that's okay. But we are applying, you have to apply for what they call a D7 visa. And you have to apply for it in your country. And it takes 3 months. So the long story short of all of that means we are going to Portugal, sight unseen, and committed to a year. And I have friends there already, and they're amazing. And if they're on this list, thank you. Because everyone's been so helpful. But it's a much harder process. There are a lot more hoops to jump through than it was going to be in Bali. So we are going to have to fly to San Francisco for the day to meet with the consulate to do all these things. We had to have a year lease in place, which is really hard because the place that we chose to go is very popular, and it's what they call the high season. So we're going April, and there May, June, and July is it's kind of like the Hamptons, if you will, where everybody comes, and it's like a vacation-y place. So it's not the most ideal time to go because it was very, very, very hard to get a year lease during that time. I mean, really hard. The planets literally did not let me down, but it was after a lot of praying and a lot of screaming and crying and drinking. But we got it, just signed it today, so I wanted to share with you. And if anybody wants to know, if anybody's thinking about going to Portugal, let me know, and I'll fill you in on all the hoops you have to go through. And they're not necessarily bad. They're things that you should have to do, but it was just very different than getting to Bali. So we've booked our tickets, and we are on our way to Portugal. We are leaving April 17th. So we're going to, just in case any of you guys know, we're going to be staying in a place called the Algarve. And we are picking a little, I don't know what it's called, but I'm just going to say town in the Algarve called Lagos. And that's L-O-G-O, Lagos. It's L-A-G-O-S, but they call it Lagos. Their language is flipping, I wouldn't say the other word, but I don't know who's on this list, hard to learn. OMG, hard to learn. So that's going to be hard. But anyway, so we're going to the Algarve, which is a beachy little place. And we got a T2, excuse me, which is called a two-bedroom apartment. And I'm excited. Portugal is really kind of cool. I did not know it. It's got so much culture, and their healthcare is spot on. They're doing this COVID shit right. So hopefully things will get better on that. The food will be amazing, but the language is going to be hard. But anyway, all right. Well, I hope you guys all have a wonderful new year, and thanks for following us. And I hope we don't have any other big pivots in the next couple months. Right now, all we have to do is get Mike through April 6th and me learning the language. Anyway, you can comment in the video, I think, on YouTube, or you can hit reply to the email I sent. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing and what your plans are for the new year. All right. Ciao.